Hey guys, how you doing? Joel Balsamo, Real MLM Training Incorporated. Today, what I want to do is tell you about how I was just relaxing on the couch, taking a break from my marketing, and from my business. And I picked up Success Magazine. It's a monthly issue that I get, along with other information as well. And I highly suggest that you get this as well. And in this issue, among many valuable thought processes and subjects that it always has, it also comes with a nice on-the-house CD, DVD, and CD for you every month too. It's really, really neat. And the topic was about our economy. And this is why I'm making this video, because pretty much the title was, if you feel the economy is responsible, does the economy have to get better in order for you to become a success and live a better life? In other words, if you feel the economy is responsible for your success in your life, you're wrong. Boom, just flat out said that. And so I finished reading the article. I said, man, this is so right on. And the whole article really talked about the mindset. And this is what all successful entrepreneurs understand. They understand not to focus on the economy. They understand not to focus on politics. Who's the president this year? Taxes, rising gas prices. You can't control what you can't control. And this is basically what the article was talking about, and this is about really our industry as well. Now, we've all heard it before. 97% of individuals that have the job mentality focus typically on what they don't have. Lack of this, lack of that. And the entrepreneur, usually the true entrepreneur, usually becomes successful through massive action and constantly developing an entrepreneurial mind. So what does that mean? That means that for example, take myself. I understand the economy is bad right now. I understand people losing their jobs, and it can be very challenging. I've been there. I understand that. And many other entrepreneurs have been there, understand that. But what makes us different, makes us achieve success versus someone who doesn't? It's because we focus on what we have control over. Okay, not what we don't have control over. So we take our energy and actually use it in a useful manner. And by doing so and taking the necessary action, okay, success becomes manifested within your business, and everything else ends up manifesting in your life. But this is so true, because I get calls almost every day about people who would go to my website or find me on the internet, and they want to know what it is I'm doing, and how to generate leads, how to recruit, and all of this, all kinds of stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. And typically the conversation starts out like, hey Joe, I just lost my job, I need to make money. Hey Joe, how do you generate leads? I've been in this business for a couple of years, and I'm just not making it, and the economy is bad right now, this and that. And right away, and instead of asking how things are done and put me on the right track and stay focused on that, they end up taking the conversation where they meant well to what the challenges is in their life. And quite frankly, that has nothing to do with me, and it has nothing to do with any other entrepreneur out there. Because whether you're successful or not, the reality is that the reality is we all have challenges. The economy affects us all. Everything affects us all if you allow it to. You see, this is the key. You got to take a look at the situation for what it is, and then automatically find a solution. This is what an entrepreneur does. So instead of focus on lack of leads, lack of the economy, lack of bad president, cabinet, or whatever, or lack of taxes, lack of low gas prices, and lack of money, and you guys get the picture here. You've got to focus on how to produce what it is you want in life. Put your energy there, so you take the actions necessary so it will manifest. And again, it's the saying, where you focus your energy is where it flows. So if you're always focusing on the bad economy, if you're always watching the crap on TV, and you're always taking in bad information, and this does not even go for you as a leader in our industry, but it also goes for your family, what you expose your kids to. We are all in a place right now in our life where past programming has put us. Our life in general and people that we know have programmed us with their limited beliefs. And those limited beliefs have put most of us in a situation right now where they possibly are struggling, or they're possibly not getting the success that they want in their business. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So in order for that to change, the mindset has to change. And so how do you change the mindset? Well, you start off by subscribing to magazines like this and reading about individuals, and learning what it is and what they've overcome and how they've done it to get where they are. You don't need a face-to-face mentor. You can get mentored on the phone. Just make sure you get mentored by the right individual that can provide the most effective mentoring possible. And start adapting the mindset that says, I can overcome any obstacle when I'm faced with it. Period. And the mindset that says, when I do come up against an obstacle, what is the solution? Okay? And do your best to surround yourself with people who think this way, because it will only help all of you together. If you've got the naysayers, whether you're in your family or not, it is critical that you start moving them from your inner circle to a little bit outer circle. And not saying you don't associate with your family, but you've got to know who it is you need to associate with in order to achieve and get what it is you want in your life. And until you identify that, it's going to be quite a struggle, because the reality is, success isn't going to come by doing it yourself. You've got to have some people to guide you along the way. And they got to be the right kinds of people. I mean, there are a lot of people they claim out there that they know what they're doing, but they really don't. They find out what other people are doing and then they go preach it, but they're not doing it themselves. That's an example of a bad mentor. It's the reality of, you become what you are around. You become what information you are exposed to. You become what your thought processes are. And if you're struggling in any area of your life at this point, and we all are, but the difference between a successful entrepreneur and someone who's trying to make it is that we are able to recognize where we're struggling and constantly work on improving ourselves within that area. But you see, most people in our industry and in life don't have that ability, and they don't get it. And do yourself a favor, don't call someone that has a solution to your business and then puke in their ear about how bad your life is, because they don't want to hear it. They really don't want to hear it, because they don't want to associate with people like that. And could you blame them? Would you want to associate with someone who you picked up the phone and started puking in your ear about how miserable their life is? No, you want to associate with people who are looking for solutions and who want to grow and become better. So I think I said enough on this topic, and I think it was really important for you to hear my thoughts on it. I hope you saw some value or heard some value in it. And again, subscribe to this Success magazine, and while you're at it, subscribe to whatever material you can. Any training material that you feel will provide you value within your business to move you forward, you should go ahead and invest in yourself. It's the only way that you're going to become better. You get paid what your personal value is. So if you're making so much money at this point in your business, that's the value you have within yourself. That's what the market is paying you right now. And if in order to make more, you've got to create more value in yourself. This is exactly why myself and many other successful entrepreneurs read magazines like this. This is why they're always learning how to generate leads, how to recruit, how to systemize things, how to make things better for the downline, and so forth and so on. So I just hope you got some value from this. And guys, this is Joel Balsamo out of Buffalo, New York. Have a good night.